are back. The rain has cleared. You can see outside there the skies are clearing up, and you can see the end of the clouds there. Guys, it's gonna be a nice evening. I think we were going to go through. We went through about 20 minutes of rain or so there. Or Roger, as we call it, but hey, he showed up, so we call it what it is. So, but right now it's all cleared up. It's starting to clear, and we have. I think we're going forward with our demolition derby tonight. So we need everybody out. So right now we're coming into. We're back in the booth, and we have a special guest with us, Miss Nancy Tate.
Hello.
Your state representative Nancy Tate is here with us right now, and we're just going to
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah.
We're just going to get a little fair taste and talk about what's going on.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
So welcome, Nancy, to the
Thank
podcast.
you very much.
We always love to have you.
Appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Hey, do you know, Mark, we got to tell everybody, if you have not come out here because of the rain, you need to come on out because you got to get your ticket. They're giving away $5,000 in cash tonight.
And you have to be present.
Yep,
you do have to be present.
To be here.
Present.
So, I've got my ticket. So,
But I don't know why you wouldn't want to be here present because, I mean, the Derby, going out and seeing the smash up is going to be
the demolition derby is going to be. It's always a crowd pleaser.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of local people come out and are participating in the derby, and it's really kind of Meade County's day at the fair for motorsports. So.
Absolutely.
Well, exactly. The fair is a great opportunity, period.
It is.
It's so much fun, and you get it's like reminiscing, and you get to see all the people that you haven't seen for a while and make new friends. So it's lots of fun.
We were just talking about this on the last segment, and that's fair. I mean, that's fair.
It's fair.
Yeah. But it's a community place, right?
Sure.
I mean, everybody's here. I was telling, obviously not having kids and let them just have a blast. I have no fears here.
Oh,
the security is all around, the law enforcement. It's all part of the community. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I mean, when you come here, you see all the booths, right? The sheriff has a booth, the jailer has a booth.
Mm-hmm.
Next door to us is Remax. Across from us is Journey Church and Meade County Christian School. You have Abe's Country Village. I mean, none of these people. These are not endorsements. These are not. I just want to tell you who our neighbors are. We have Jaeger Materials across the way here. There's a lot of Brandenburg Telephone Company. We don't forget them. They help us out a lot.
Sicilian Bank, obviously.
Sicilian
Sure.
Bank.
Right.
And there's 2 more buildings over here full of vendors and things for you to come and visit. And almost every one of them have some sort of a giveaway, and you just walk up to them. They fill it out. A lot of times they give you a little prize, little trinkets and prizes to stop by and just say hello.
Speaking of trinkets, I want to say thank you, Nancy, for getting us a gift card.
You're welcome.
Yes.
We are actually going to announce it. It's a Red Lobster gift card. And if you
one of our family favorites.
Yes. Oh, I love lobster.
So if you go to the right
biscuits.
Red Lobster, you might see Nancy there.
I don't know. And if you actually if you sign up to like, follow, or share with us, actually need to first sign up, like, and follow us, and then share our post. For everybody that likes, follows, and shares one of these episodes, you will enter yourself in for that Red Lobster giveaway. We'll announce it on our podcast that we're going to do at Fancy Farm, and we hope you all tune in because that's going to be on August the 5th. And Nancy, I talk about Fancy Farm coming up. Are you excited for that?
I'm so excited. That is so much fun. I mean, of course, I'm a very competitive person.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I like that camaraderie and that
Sure.
competition, but you get to see where it's real good.
Right.
I guess you're hacking on each other.
Yeah, yeah,
And
I like
there's
it.
Nobody, everybody gets to experience that hacking
Right.
on each other and on themselves. So it's equal opportunity hacking. I
think
like that.
It's almost like a political
Yeah.
roast.
That's exactly
Yeah, it is.
right.
What it
That's
is.
right.
Well, when I try to explain it to people that are in a community, out in the Fort Knox area that are not from this area, I was like, it's kind of like the "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou" of if you were to watch politicians in small town America
Of Western Kentucky.
Yeah, Western. They all converge on this town, and it's a great cause.
It
I mean,
truly
the
is.
church raises a ton of money.
Yeah, it's and just to let you know, it's St. Jerome's church picnic is what that is.
Yeah.
But they have this political stage or political grandstanding,
Yeah.
if you will. During this, it's about a 2-hour window.
It's
or
about
something.
yeah, that's right.
And
That's right.
it goes out. We show everything live on our
Right.
on our podcast. They invited us out last year. We were able to go down and have a great time, and we're going to do the same thing again this year. That's going to be August 5th.
Front row seat.
Front row seats. That's
Well,
right.
Yeah. I kind of akin
Second row seats.
Yeah, well, second row. I kind of akin the music they do. We need to do that in some of our events to cut off some speakers. But if you're there, I'm telling you, if you go over, they got a dun 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 dun. You know, music is playing in the background, and you don't no more mic.
That's right. Every speaker there is timed. So
That's right.
As soon as the time gets up, the music fades in, and then the mic fades out.
And if you can finish before that happens, you tend to get a bigger cheer because you finished on time. But if you go over, boy, they heckle. The crowd heckles you, even if you are their candidate. It's funny.
But it is an all-out. Flag waving, sign waving event, and it's it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of energy there.
Absolutely. And it's a really good opportunity to see your candidates. I mean, to meet the candidates and actually get to talk to them one-on-one, and very few opportunities are like that. So
it is.
yeah.
I mean, it's fun. It's good theater. I mean, a lot of it's tongue in cheek.
Sure.
But and the rules of Fancy Farm, and we're probably talking a lot about Fancy Farm today. But the rules of Fancy Farm is basically the MC is always from the opposite party of who's in the governorship, right?
That's right.
So we're hoping that next year it'll be the Democrats' turn, because we're going to get Daniel Cameron elected to governor.
That's exactly
right. This November.
Right. That's right.
That's what we're doing.
We're prepared to make history this year.
That's right.
Absolutely. Yeah, and one of the historical events would be that all the constitutional officers and our governor will all be Republicans. Yeah. That'll be the first time in the history of the Commonwealth of Kentucky that's happened.
And I think it's about time. I think the policies that the legislature has put in place, fighting vetoes and all that, that's why Kentucky is starting to make grounds with getting new employers and new new businesses, new employers, and now I think we have to work on the education system and things like that. I think that's some of the stuff.
Social issues.
And social issues.
Continue to work
right.
with social issues, absolutely, because that social issues and controlling or determining managing the Commonwealth of Kentucky, what it looks like in the next 20 to 30 years. That's our responsibility to do that right now.
Well, I'm glad you say that, because it's. That's why we send you there, right? To stand up for what we need, for
what Meade County wants, what Meade County needs, what Hardin County needs. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Yeah, and I mean, for my entire lifetime, Jefferson County has ruled what our state looks like. And it is absolutely time that the rural counties have the opportunity to have a strong voice.
Amen to that.
We're there.
Wouldn't it be nice if we could do that across the United States?
Oh, wow.
What a powerful statement that would make.
When you look at a political map, by far, 95% of the country is red.
Rural, yeah.
And because it's rural.
Yep.
That's right.
And so, and we just have a different, we have a more conservative approach to life in general. That's why we live out in the rural area, the country, if you will. So we're just wanted to, we want to make sure that we, those are the values that we have are about family.
Absolutely.
First, not about not making tons of money.
That's right.
It's about how do I raise a family?
How do I raise the family? That's right. And we want the Commonwealth of Kentucky to be the place where people want to bring their families and to raise their children.
I did it.
Absolutely.
Prime example. In fact, I'm doing this to continue to promote that this is the place to be. Nancy, it's not just about the families, but it's also right to life is one of your big issues.
Well, obviously, right.
You got your group out here. You want to talk a little bit about that and what y'all are doing at the fairground?
Well, that's
You're wearing a different hat this week.
That's right. Yeah, I've got two different hats. One, I'm wearing a Sierra's House
there you go.
T-shirt, right? But I've also got the Meade Breck Right to Life booth out here as well. And I love this booth, because first of all, I get to work with so many wonderful people that are part of this movement. And the movement is to protect life from conception to natural death. Yep. And as far as I'm concerned, if people don't want to protect life, if people don't want to protect human life, there's nothing else. What else is there if you're not alive? Nothing else
If you're not
matters.
willing to protect that as a basic, fundamental right of to life,
absolutely,
you're not. You're willing to just sell us out the. I mean, for me personally, I look at abortion as, if you look back biblically, the groups that the peoples that would actually sacrifice their children to the quote unquote gods, right?
Ruth's
Pagan
trying to
gods.
throw popcorn
And
at us.
so,
Right.
I think that's abortion is the modern age,
Right.
the modern example of that. And it's like because people most of the time abortions are happening because people are discussing. They're discussing. They're it's too early in their career or something like that. I mean,
I think it's fear.
Oh, absolutely.
I think a lot of it has to do with the fear of the unknown and the upbringing that a lot of people are given in our society today because they want it now, they want it fast, and they want it in a hurry. And this is going to slow me down. And there's a negative reaction because they didn't have that family structure or that family unity.
That's
and
right.
Many things that we talk about in the teachings of the gospel.
And it goes back to rural versus
Yeah.
urban. It's not a race issue. It's not
Nope.
Nope,
This
not at all.
This is absolutely.
But I do
just
believe big pharma is taking advantage of some of those.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So.
Absolutely.
I mean, I shouldn't say I think. I mean, it's clearly out there. Everybody knows that there's profits to be made from the deceased of these fetuses.
Absolutely.
And they use them for science projects. And so why not? We'll just use the low-income people as like cattle crops, and we'll just harvest their stuff. It's disgusting.
It is disgusting.
But I think that
It's
there's
sad. It's pitiful.
It is
It's
absolutely. But I think we got to look at if we can take this a step back and look at the thought process that goes into someone that is worried about their career or what have you. We give a lot of benefits and things to certain peoples, and but how about a mother?
Right.
Just specifically, let's say, how do we make it easier for a mother to make the decision to keep their baby?
That's right.
I think that's some of the things
Yep.
we have to look at as we go forward. Is not just look at abortion's bad. Yes, it is. We all agree. Well, at least everybody at this table. Maybe not everybody out there, and we we understand that. But we think that we're right, and I know biblically we're right. But on the other hand,
well, scientifically we're right also.
Yeah,
Even
well-
if we don't even bring religion into
No, I got it, yeah.
scientifically we're right.
And it's
that's true.
Life
It's even
begins at conception. I mean, with the heartbeat, we absolutely know that there is life, because if when the heartbeat ends, that's death, and when the heartbeat starts, then that's obviously life.
But how do we incentivize
so I
mothers to?
That's a bigger national issue, I think, Mark. Ever since we changed the deduction rate, right, for how much you can claim back on your taxes. How about we change the tax rate on our federal income taxes and put my ability to put a deduction in that goes into my community, so that I can let programs that are in my hometown community help my community, instead of big government trying to tell us how we should help our local communities.
Well, that's big government.
That's what
a
I'm
big
saying.
problem
Let's
right
cut
there.
back on some
Absolutely.
big government getting involved in something that, they say it takes a village to raise a family. So we've got different organizations between church groups and drug addiction groups and stuff like that, but they're underfunded by federal dollars and tax dollars in the local community. But that's because we're too busy paying taxes to help support them with our donations and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
I had the recent opportunity to go to the National Right to Life Conference in Pittsburgh, and I've never taken the opportunity to do that. But this year I was like, I'm going to go because I
Right.
want to find out what other states are doing,
Mm-hmm.
and then if there's a nugget out there that I don't know about. And one of the things that I saw was it was called Real Alternatives.
Right.
And it was actually started in Pennsylvania 27 years ago.
Wow.
And I don't remember the statistics, but I think that they have demonstrated that they've saved like 250,000 lives.
Wow.
And what it is it's actually taking state dollars, state and federal dollars, and exactly like you said, giving that money to nonprofits with no strings attached.
That's right.
Right, and that's the key.
the part, no strings attached. Now, so what I've done is Texas has actually implemented it, Indiana has implemented it, and Tennessee is in the process of implementing it. So I've taken that to Frankfurt, and I'm actually talking to my colleagues about
Awesome.
that. Indiana actually set aside $4 million just to figure out, for a prototype,
Kind
of-
to figure out
kind
how
of a
this works.
primer for the pump, right?
That's exactly
That's right.
And so And it is actually to help families to incentivize them to say that they're, they're to as opposed to encourage families to raise their children,
Right.
to keep their children,
How
raise
to,
their
what
children,
to do.
exactly. And
Don't
to
be
make sure that
afraid. There's people here to help you along the way.
That's exactly right, and to make sure that they have the medical services
Right.
they need, and I think it's going to be a program. Hopefully, we can see this happen. Maybe not in 2024. But in the very near future, and I'm really optimistically looking for 2024.
Yeah.
And if all I get is $4 million, while that sounds like a lot of money, just give me the money to figure out how to make that
Yeah,
work.
right.
there's 120 counties in Kentucky, so $4 million when you figure out all the people, there's 4 million people, and
It's $1 more than we
it's
have.
$1 per person
Absolutely.
in the state.
That's
so
exactly
it's not
right.
a lot of money.
No.
Right. Even if we just take it to 2 or 3 counties.
Yeah, and it's a
Right,
lot
2 or
more than
3
we ever
counties.
had.
That's
Yeah.
exactly right. And put it in the rural counties.
That's right.
Again, most of the federal and state dollars go toward Jefferson County, Fayette County, and so give us in the rural.
Could you
counties the
imagine what would
opportunities.
happen if we built that type of organization? We'd be able to counter the big organizations that were funded by the government to kill babies.
Oh yeah.
We could flip the coin, you know what I mean? Flip the script.
And another part of it was to privatize adoptions.
Oh,
To get
yeah.
the federal government out of that.
That's right.
To get the state governments out of that and to privatize it. Obviously, there'll have to be
You still
legislation
have to go
in
Sure.
order
to
to.
court. I mean, you still have to go to court
That's
to make
exactly
it
right.
official.
Absolutely.
let's not make it a
right.
profiteering program.
That's
Yeah.
exactly right. That's exactly right.
And I would say when you privatize it, maybe it's more of a, maybe because you want to make sure that it's not a profit.
Absolutely.
A profit
Right.
center. You want it to be somebody. I mean, obviously, the more whenever you put money into, you'll have people come out of the woodwork and figure out how to get that money.
Oh, yeah.
So we got to be cautious about that. But I think it's a great idea to keep it. I mean, for
Well, you're not wrong. I mean, we just saw.
for years and decades and decades and decades.
Yeah.
The orphanages and the process started usually with the church.
That's exactly
That's
right.
right.
All right,
That's with
and
nonprofits.
and we've basically pulled the nonprofits out of it and said, "Oh, the state's doing everything." Well, every time you do that, you're not just taking
You're taking community out of
You're
community.
taking the
bureaucracy.
community out. That's
you're taking
exactly
the community
right.
out. But you're building a bureaucracy where somebody says, "I want to get in this job," and then now they become corrupted and things as they go through. You're
Where there's no
building
incentive
opportunity.
there's no incentive to actually resolve the problem.
That's right. That's right.
There's incentive to actually continue the problem in order to
Exactly.
you to
So
continue to
I
be
have a job.
employed.
And
Exactly.
imagine what we could do with the social work industry and that lane versus stretching their dollars thin. They don't get paid enough now to do what they do. But, to get those social workers and those types of programs to help when the placement happens, help the kids transition, because they're all ages.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's right.
I'm a prime example of all
Right,
ages.
that's right.
And, placement matters, especially in the hearts and lives of these kids, because they want predictability. They want to know that where I'm going, I'm landing on my 2 feet, and I'm going to keep going that direction and growing high and tall,
That's right.
So it's all great topics. So with your 2 booths here, what's the expected outcome? Y'all hope just to continue reach or?
Yeah, to continue reach. Sierra's House is the transitional home for women that have been previously incarcerated. And so we've had varying degrees of success. We've had 8 to 9 women that have come and stayed with us. So we continue to test this, to set up our trials, to test
Sure.
our theories, and we're getting so much better at what we're doing. 2 of our ladies have been court ordered to stay with us.
Oh, that's good.
One for a year, and she will actually term out. Her year will be up in September. And so she's been extremely successful. We've got another lady that just moved in with us, and so we'll have her for a year. And then we're just going to continue to work with the court system in order to identify ladies that truly, truly deserve that second chance
That's
and that we
awesome.
think will be successful.
So you have the 2 booths, like Steve said, you have 2 booths here. Sierra's House, just to make sure and the other is the Meade Brick right.
The Meade Brick right.
Just
to
want to
life.
make sure we
Yep.
repeat that.
That's right.
And so come out and visit. Come out. I mean, you're gonna be here all week, I'm sure.
That's right.
Or somebody will be in the booth all week. I'm sure we'll see you almost every day.
Absolutely. Yep. I'll pop around.
It's fair time.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
And
That's
you
fair.
have multiple hats, so sometimes you're in your Sometimes you're in a representative hat. Sometimes you're in the your association's hats and things.
We're glad to get you in whatever hat you're wearing at the time we get you. So
whatever you want to come on.
That's right. Thank
whatever
you.
Hat you want to, whatever hat you want to wear.
But as far as you said, my representative hat, as far as I'm concerned, every one of these booths actually fulfill my responsibility as a representative. Yeah, just like with Sierra's house, whenever we originally started this, I was working with during the Governor Bevan and his administration, but I was working with the AOC, and I was asked to actually come up with a prototype that we could transition across the state of Kentucky. Now, we passed some legislation last year that allowed the flexibility, which allowed the court ordering of the ladies in the transitional house for a year. And how we came up with that was that the statistic is that it takes 9 30-day sessions of rehab before a person's mind can start being normalized after being exposed to long-term substance use. And so my point was, if it takes 9 30-day sessions, then give us the opportunity, give the transitional houses, the rehab homes, the opportunity to help these people for a year and help them to actually truly normalize mentally and physically and emotionally.
Now, while they're there, do they do work, or how do they help? Take their part and stuff like that. Do they have to be incarcerated to go into that?
Yeah, they actually have to be previously incarcerated because that's an underserved, especially for women. It's an underserved service, and so we wanted to start with women. Now, eventually, we might try to do something for men, but we know that especially in the rural counties, it's an underserved service for women. Absolutely. Yeah, but they do have to work. They have to work or volunteer in order to be able to stay there. And ultimately, if they need a GED, if they want to continue their education, we've got a partnership with ECTC. And so we have scholarships that have been offered to us if women want to continue their education. And as we know, education resolves poverty, right? It's the answer to
absolutely.
Poverty.
Or a skilled trade.
Absolutely.
Something that gives them value. They feel love inside of the field that they do. Like you said, if you ever show up for a day of work and you don't feel like you're working, you probably love your job.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yep. And if you love your job, you don't work.
That's exactly right. Yeah. So
you have fun and make money at whatever it is. So.
Yeah. So from an educational perspective, and then if they need any kind of medical treatment, then we help them with that as well.
That's good.
But our whole point is to transition them back into society.
How many?
That takes time.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And we're a substance-free facility.
Yep.
Right.
That's
and
good.
So many times people actually get off of illegal drugs with legal drugs, and we just want to help them transition completely out.
That's good.
So
that's Suboxone and all that other stuff is out of the window.
No smoking.
No smoking. No.
Yeah. Get rid of it all.
Alcohol.
Get rid of it all.
Right.
That's exactly
Get rid of your dependence on fidgety stuff.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Got it.
That's
and
good.
we're pretty tough. I said, as a matter of fact, we actually kind of treat these, we treat people with holding them accountable.
That's right.
Yes, and again, it goes back to take your word originally, it takes a village.
That's right.
So we have a lot of volunteers that help us, absolutely, from a volunteer hour perspective, time, talent, and treasure.
Wow, that's awesome. Nancy, I'm glad to have you on the show again. This is pretty sweet. Are you going to get out there and watch some of the Crash Up Derby tonight, or is Ed calling you to get back home?
Oh, no, Ed's on his way out here to get his ribeye sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
And actually watch the demolition derby.
So what did you have tonight? Did you eat? What did you eat?
I'm on a really restricted diet.
I know you are, but you're at the fair. Come on.
No, I told my husband, I told Ed, when you come out here, you cannot feed me tonight because he really likes to feed me. And my favorite, though, by far, is the fish sandwich.
Oh, that's what Mark had tonight.
That's what I had. I am not on a restricted diet during fair week.
Gosh, I would have the fish sandwich every single night.
I don't have a diet.
To me, I go through my favorites. I have the fish sandwich. It really comes down between fish sandwich and ribeye sandwich.
But you had the fish sandwich tonight, Mark. How was it?
That was great. I mean, it's it's as good as any deep fried fish you can get. It's like
so I had this
at the fair.
But it's healthy.
Yeah, I had a BLT. That's not a bacon, lettuce, and tomato. That's a bologna, lettuce, and tomato over at the swim team. And I had their fries. There goes Pastor Ryan.
Was the bologna
up, man?
Was the bologna fried?
It was fried. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Well, as soon as we're finished dancing.
Yeah, we'll get you on. Hey, and but we had The bologna was awesome. The fries were awesome. I didn't even see the kids because it rained and we got split up, but I thought it was good. So me and Mark started at both ends. We'll cross paths and get to all the food tonight.
That's right.
I love bologna.
But if you're watching, you got to get out here and get some of this great grub. It's awesome.
It is
All right.
great. All right, great. Thank you all for
You're
joining us.
welcome.
I think we're going to stay on a little bit and talk to Pastor
All right,
Ryan.
that
over
sounds
Nancy,
good.
thank you so
Thank
much.
all.
Thanks, Nancy.
I'm going to be watching. Make sure you keep that diet. All right. Hey, we got Pastor Ryan coming up from Journey Church. We had an interesting sermon this week from Pastor Ryan. He said go. And when God said go, or Jesus said go, he didn't mean when you get there. He meant as you go, talk about Christ and talk about his word and talk about
Absolutely.
his love. And so we've been actually throwing that out all day today. I dialed Jesus here. I said, Jesus, I just want to say thank you for this wonderful week. I just want to say thank you for this wonderful weather. And darn it.
when you got
Well, 15 minutes later, it started raining. So,
oh my word,
Yeah.
I know. I tell you what. When
But
you
we
know-
needed it because we saved
all
water.
The farmers are out there praying the opposite direction, right? They're saying we need water,
Yeah, yeah.
we need rain.
But we actually it saved us water. Jesus knows they got to put water out there for the.
you got to get the water out there.
Yeah. So how are you doing, Pastor Ryan?
Doing great. Are you enjoying the fair tonight? We're kicking
Yeah,
it off. You know,
absolutely.
the little bit of weather doesn't hurt anything. So actually kind of helped with the heat. Kind of bring that down a little
I
bit.
did. It
Definitely
was a
brought
little
the
warm.
humidity down right
It
after.
did
Yeah.
instantly.
They
Awesome.
are. I thought I had a sound problem because I kept hearing during the episode. And what you got going on over here?
That was not a sound problem at all.
It was the Meade County Christian School, which my kids go to. I think it's a
Absolutely.
fabulous school. The teachers are amazing, but they've got an ice machine making snow cones over there. I thought that's brilliant.
That's right.
I think they got overworked when the rain happened because everybody came inside here.
Every child
Overworked equals opportunity.
That's right.
And so it was a chance to connect. I think they said they had literally around like 35 to 50 kids like in line from all
they
over the
did.
place. Which is exciting because the school is doing some incredible things in our community.
That's
right?
awesome.
It is a school that is going to place Christ first.
That's
Which
right.
means we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance and we're going to pray openly. We're going to
Amen.
be able to bring our Bibles to school and to teach about Bibles. So
right.
not only do we have accredited curriculum with accreditation in the overall school in the process, which is coming to a very close finish here, but we value that. So
Yeah.
not only is it great education because we test it.
Yeah.
We state standardized tested this last year and came back with phenomenal
Awesome.
results. Which
I know
is
you
huge,
did.
Which is huge.
Landon's in the first grade. If you don't know about this, my Landon just learned how to write in cursive.
Yes.
And I talked to several folks in the community, and
Absolutely.
like my kid doesn't even know how to write in cursive.
It's true.
And
it's true.
I want you to be able to sign your name.
It is,
legibly on a check when you write your own checks.
It matters.
someday.
It absolutely
does.
matters. Even in like a world that's doing its greatest attempt to go digital,
That's right.
You still have to have the basics.
That's right.
You have to have the basics, and whether you call that old school or traditional, it doesn't matter because you need it, right?
Yeah.
And so things matter. So we're remembering the traditional side of things. It's not. It can't just all be online because
That's
we're
right.
losing kids.
Plus, you control the narrative in the educational world as far as the political influences and stuff like that.
I
too.
think Pastor Ryan's got to go.
All right.
Hey, thank you for the opportunity.
All right.
Awesome.
All right,
Hey, I'm
you're
gonna. In fact, speaking of prayer,
You're
I'm
going
going to go do that.
All right.
For the Meade County,
You do
opening
it.
up the fair.
Do it.
We'll get you.
Love you guys.
Later
See you
this
too.
week.
Yes,
Take care,
sir.
Pastor
Bye-bye.
Ryan.
Pastor.
Well, I think there's a lot of exciting stuff happening.
There is.
So hopefully we can get him. I'd love to have a conversation about the Meade Christian School more in depth.
Oh yeah, I think we should. That's kind of what I was hoping to get to tonight. A little bit when I saw him in here. I was really going to do that later in the week and give you more. That was very impromptu, by the way, everybody. So
Yeah, sorry about that. We're they're doing the.
Oh,
we're going to sign off because they're doing the national anthem.
National anthem. We're gonna participate.
Yep. You guys take care.
Have a good night.